Alright guys, welcome back to the next video on the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the new Paldean starters in Pokemon Go, which is Sprigatito, Fuecoco and Quaxley. So these Pokemon obviously will get their own com days in the future and get Hydro Cannon, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn. We don't have movesets as of yet, but as they all have their special typings at the end, we'll see what the final evolutions are like, what their attacks stats are, defensive wise, that kind of thing. Because I did notice, and I will give you a quick hint into what we're going to be doing in the future. If you go to Dragon and you do max CP, Eternamax is here, and that is outrageous. So we're going to go over some of the Pokemon that are not in Pokemon Go yet, that will be most likely nerfed, but we will go over them in some small videos, and we'll go over maybe 2 or 3 at a time, just to do a quick overview of Pokemon that will be coming to the game very soon, and which might break the game's meta, and how much damage we deal in raids, etc. So hopefully you'll look forward to that. That is a new series I will be bringing to the channel very soon. But for right now, let's start off with Sprigatito. As a first form starter, it has 116 attack, 99 defense, and 120 stamina with a max CP of 1,147. So not great, but let's have a look at its final evolution, which is MEOWSCARADA. Has a max CP of 3,193. Attack stat of 233, a defense stat of 153, and also a stamina of 183. Now, unfortunately, due to its typing, it does have a lot of weaknesses. So it does have a double weakness to bug, a single weakness to fairy, fighting, fire, flying, ice, and poison. However, does have a few resistances as well. So double resistance to psychic, and a single to dark, electric, ghost, grass, ground, and water. So overall, it does kind of match itself out there. No movesets found as of yet, so we cannot tell how good it's going to be moveset wise. But if we are to catch these Pokemon in raid, you are looking at 1,614 as a raid catch without weather boost, and then 2017 with weather boost. So it doesn't look too bad of a Pokemon. Obviously, this is a bit of an issue having that many weaknesses, but you've also got this many resistances. So as long as you can try and play out where you're going to throw this Pokemon in with a switching on PvP, etc., you might do okay. So let's move on to Fuecoco. Fuecoco stats as its first form starter is max CP of 1,274 with an attack stat of 112, a defense stat of 96, and a stamina stat of 167. So really weak defensively, which means most likely the final evolution is going to be really weak in defensive but high in attack. And this is much better what we're looking for. So Fuecoco does have a weakness to... we're not doing, because it's not the final evolution, it's not the final typing that we look at. So I do apologise for that. If we do look at catching Fuecoco in a raid, you're looking at a max CP of 644 without weather boost and 805 with weather boost. So let's have a look at Skeledidge, which is a fire and ghost type Pokemon. Sorry, there will be a few cuts. I still have a cough, so I will be cutting them out. But as you can see here, max CP of 3,422, an attack stat of 207, a defense stat of 178, and a stamina stat of 232. It's got a higher defense stat than I thought, but a lower attack stat. Isn't great. So, but as you can see here, so many resistances. It's ridiculous. So it has 5 weaknesses, all single weakness, so dark, ghost, ground, rock, water. And then has 3 double resistances, which is bug, fighting, and normal. And then 6 single resistances of fairy, fire, grass, ice, poison, and steel. Very good Pokemon in terms of defensive wise for resistances. Obviously, if you do a really good switching, you'll be able to tank a lot and also deal a bit of damage as well. So let's have a look at the raid stats. So to catch this Pokemon in a raid for 100% IV, you're looking at 1,729 without Weather Boost and 2,162 with a Weather Boost. So will be a decent Pokemon. Obviously, will have its own common day for when it gets Blast Burn, which will make it OP unless they do bring out a move of its own for the Ghost type. So let's move on to Quaxley, the final starter that will be coming to Pokemon Go in September. So Quaxley has a max CP of 1,215, has an attack stat of 120, a defense stat of 86, and a stamina stat of 146. If you are going to get these in Rage, you are looking at a 614 for a max IV without Weather Boost, and with Weather Boost, you're looking at 768. So let's go all the way to QUAQAUVAL, or QUAQAUVAL. So this is a water and fighting type. I do think this will be a very interesting Pokemon in PvP. So a max CP of 3,411, an attack stat of 236, a defense stat of 159, and a stamina stat of 198. So not the greatest in defense wise, but does have a higher attack than the other two. So, weaknesses, you do have single weakness of Electric, Fairy, Flying, Grass and Psychic, with 7 single resistances of Bug, Dark, Fire, Ice, Rock, Steel and Water. If you are going to be looking at this Pokemon in raids, you're looking at a 1,724 CP for a 100 IV without Weather Boost, and with Weather Boost you're looking at 2,155. Now, out of these three, which one do I think will be the best? SKELEDIRGE. With its double resistances and its single resistance, it is going to be a tank. It may not have the stats for it, but because of the resistances, you'll be able to use this so well in any team. It'll have Blast Burn, so it'll have a really good fire type move. And I do think it will do really well in a ghost type as well. So let me know down below if you do like this kind of video. I'm not going to go over to the other two websites just yet because they haven't brought out the Scarlet and Violet stuff. But when they do, I will look over this again and go into a deeper dive with movesets on each of these Pokemon when they do come out. So please leave a like on this video if you do like this content. Like I said, if you do want to see more videos like this, please comment down below if you would, and which Pokemon you'd like me to do next, and I will look at that as well. And please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll speak to you all in the next one.